Alright, hello and welcome back to another episode of me playing the old Minecraft. Here we are, indeed in the playland, and there's a very good reason that we've got this special chest going on, where we've got these wonderful ender pearls here. We will hopefully fill that up as we go along here, and I decided to undertake the biggest project I have ever done in this game, ever, without a doubt whatsoever, in the world. Basically, I decided that I wanted to start being able to travel via Ender Pearl to get up to, to and fro. That's not gonna make it. Nope, not gonna make it at all. But I was hoping, or not hoping, but I would like to start to be able to get up and down from the cylinder via Ender Pearl, so I don't have to bother with the whole swimming around and doing all that kind of funky business. And also, I started to do a new build here. Wasn't feeling it. Wasn't really in the mood to do some building at the time. Of course, I haven't done any recording since last week, where we were talking about all the little terraforming and whatnot we've done. But as the Ender Pearls may be a clue to, I decided that I want to do a little bit more of the adventuring part of the game, and also I looked at it as a bit of an investment, and so hopefully now I will remember to roll the screenshot slash clip with a little bit of audio on, rather, the few screenshots that I have of killing the Ender Dragon. I basically decided I wanted to make an Enderman farm in the end, because that's the most logical place to do it. So I had to go and find a stronghold, and then we had to go ahead and go in and kill the dragon, and I wasn't necessarily expecting to kill the dragon all at once. I've attempted in the past to do it, and just failed miserably. He pushed me off the cliff, basically, and I had all my best stuff, and I rage quit. But this time, so I decided, well, I'm going to go in first and then just kill all of the little regen beacon things. We'll talk about this really ghetto thing here. Basically, because I don't have any iron, though. I was going to say I wanted to bring an anvil into the end as well, but I don't have any iron because we'll get to there in a minute. But basically, because this stronghold was basically 1.6/1.7 generation, there is no end portal, so I had to cheat and go into creative mode and spawn in the end portal, and then I sort of just built this little room to somewhat resemble how it actually looks. But anyway, not too important there. But we went into the end, and I went in with pretty much nothing. Oh, huh? What happened here? This isn't right. Why is this like this? I don't know. I don't understand. I suppose at least just plug it for now, so we're not dealing with that. Basically, yeah, so I just went in with absolutely nothing. That's really weird and annoying. And this side water is annoying me too. No, wow, okay. Trying to place it right here. Just try it again. There we go. So that way at least we can do whatever. Yeah, okay, we'll deal with it later, not important. With no armor and just a really crappy bow from one of the skeleton grinder bows, basically. And my goal was just to go in and to destroy the regen towers, I guess, for the dragon, and ended up actually almost killing it. I got it pretty much all the way down. He hit me, I got down to half a heart, and I was waiting for him, and Enderman killed me. So then I went back in, and full armor, full gear, full everything. Went in and killed the guy. And I didn't bring enough wood for things, did I? Well, we can at least make a crafting bench for now. This will be an interesting thing. So basically, we want to throw down our enchanting table, and this was the end result, was to get this here, because I'm sick of, honestly, the skeleton farm just took way too long to end up being effective. Basically, I would end up just sitting there for way too long. That's off by one, isn't it? crap, and I don't have any wood. You're not gonna get me to a level 30, and I don't have any wood to enchant anything anyway. I've got books. We could do books. Yeah, not up to 22. Son of a gun. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, well let's head back. It's not the most efficient in the world. I basically ran out of materials. I don't know if that's gonna be super loud or not. I can always fix that in post, but let's bring it down. And then enemy monsters, let's bring you down as well. But it's definitely not the most efficient farm in the world. They don't... basically, I can kill them all, and then you know, I'm basically sitting here waiting for a bunch of them to come back down. So as you can see here, we're starting to get a little bit low, and not all of the Endermen are one-hit kills either. That's just sort of by virtue of the design. But as you can see here, we've killed them all, and now we're basically just having to wait for them to come back. But it's efficient enough that I was able to get up to level 30 way, way, way faster than by using a conventional skeleton grinder like we've got. I do like the skeleton grinder for skeleton grinding things. You know, using it for getting bows and arrows and bones and things like that. Those are definitely a plus using that farm. But this farm is definitely going to be more for the ender pearls and getting quicker XP. This project took me literally the whole week. After recording that second video, I basically just started working on this because I had the idea. I saw it in another video, and it's actually just been something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, but I've just never had the ambition to do or the drive to do. So I always just said, well, forget it. I'm not going to do it. And this is really strange here. I don't know why that sort of regenerated. That's really weird, but I don't know, maybe it's a bug. I am in 13W41B. I had gone up to 42A, but I also made sure to kill him pretty much right next to where I come out, so I don't have to do a whole ton of walking through here and getting death stares by Endermen and potentially killed. But let's head on back. So we're back here, and of course it's nighttime, so let's take a quick sleep. But it's literally taken me a whole week to do. I have absolutely no iron. I don't think I've got any iron left anywhere. Yeah, completely empty. Let's actually take this guy with us. Okay. I don't think we're going to need a furnace for anything. But let's head up. I'm going to leave the wood from down here, partially so I can just practice with the old ender pearls here. And we completely missed. We went like 2 feet forward. Wonderful. It's definitely going to take a little bit for me to get used to here using the old ender pearls, because I actually have never done a whole ton with them. And then I can sort of shoot my way there, but nah, not a whole ton quicker. But let's go ahead and grab some wood from in here. I'm just going to grab a ton because I'd like to make a bunch of chests as well. And all of the ender pearls that we got here, let's throw those in there. I have been doing a little bit of enchanting. We've got an efficiency 4 pick, unbreaking efficiency 3. That's not a bad work pick. That'll be good for things, and so will that one. Got a new sword here, the absolute worst sword you can ever get. Knockback 2 and Bane of Arthropods 4. Crappy. That's alright. This new farm here will do us wonders. I also need to start repairing some of my armor, or letting it go and just re-enchanting, which is something I've been considering. It doesn't hurt to necessarily have an ender pearl with us. Do we want to bring anything else? I've got a ton of wood to make chests, and we can remake those bookshelves. So yeah, I think that's about it. So let's head on back. Oh, wrong way. I decided to change the location of my sprint key. It is E. I think opening your inventory is normally the E key, but I've still got it as I, which it was originally. Let's get ourselves as close as we can over to the ender portal. Oh, maybe we'll get close to the beacon. Perfect. Here's a dragon egg. So we got perfect right next to the beacon. I thought, what better place to display the old dragon egg than right here on the beacon. But let's head ourselves on back to the end there. We can do some enchanting. Today's gonna be bit of a shorter episode, really just more of a, hey, look what I did kind of an episode, because I am honestly proud of this. This is the, like, biggest thing I've ever made in the game. In terms of complexity, I was thinking about this. It's really akin to the cylinder in terms of the um, complexity of the design, so meaning it's actually not particularly complex, so it's not that difficult of a thing to produce. What is difficult about it is just the repetition and the sheer amount of materials that it actually takes. I hear you, Enderman, making your noise and such. But the most difficult thing was just sort of the repetition and getting all the materials. This took a ton of iron and cobble and wood, and because it's your stereotypical sort of Enderman farm thing with pistons and trap hooks and things like that, where you give them a 3 high spawning thing, and then they spawn there, and then there's a string connected to 2 trap hooks that pushes them off. Basically, if you go into the YouTubes there, hi Enderman in the ground. How are you doing today? Basically, it's it's just your stereotypical. So these guys need to come with me. Hopefully none of those just fell off, because I'm going to be annoyed if they did. Not like we don't have a ton extra. I just need to make, what, 3, 4? Oh, well, let's be smart about this and get our wood situation down. How many do I need to make? Oh, can't jump up there, can I? Looks like 3. So just go ahead and make 3 for now, and then make sure that we can get on up to that proper level there. I just really wanted to play around with the enchanting mechanics, I suppose, in this game. I mean, I know it's all luck, but I feel like that the enchants have gotten less, what's the word I'm looking for? Like less, not efficient, but nice, if that makes sense. I need to actually make one more. They've sort of become, I don't know if it necessarily was intentionally like put in the code or anything like that, but it seems like better enchants are harder to come by. I suppose that is what I mean. Can we get up to 30? Indeed, we can. But let us, instead of doing that, well, no, let's do it. Let's get a new sword, because honestly, Smite's great. Knockback, it's okay. It's gotten me into trouble with creepers a couple times. The looting is nice, but I don't necessarily need it. I've got my skeleton farm for all that kind of stuff, and I've got now the ender pearl farm. If I really wanted a drop farm, I could make one of those two fairly easily. So let's go ahead and actually make ourselves a new sword. I think I was talking about something, but oh yeah, sort of the complexity of the build and things of that nature. The build is not particularly difficult once you get the hang of it. The difficult part is just sort of the repetition. Wow, hi, there's a lot of guys there. So let's throw a level 30 on here, and slightly damaged anvil, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lucky 13. With the first click being number 1. Bam! Sharpness 3 is actually not a terrible sword. We do have a couple sharpness books back at the cylinder, so that's something that we can play with. But just sort of to wrap up, I guess what I initially wanted to sort of state and talk about. Yeah, this thing took literally a week to do, playing at least a couple hours every night, and it is not even close to the top tier. I actually didn't check my F3 coordinates at the top of the thing, but it's probably only 8 or so levels tall in terms of the spawning platforms, but it is getting the job done actually really fairly well. I'm actually kind of surprised, because when I was sort of playing with it before, it wasn't necessarily as efficient. Now I wonder if I'm losing a bunch of XP balls through here, and let's not have an Ender Pearl on us and be clicking out off in this direction. In fact, let's just go ahead and get those off the bar and make sure we just don't have any, because that's just a disaster waiting to happen. But this actually seems to be fairly efficient. I know there are some that don't die immediately just by sort of the default design that we got going on here, and so you hit them and they'll obviously stay aggroed on you like that. There's 25. This is definitely a lot faster than the skeleton farm by leaps and bounds. I mean, the skeleton farm is great when you don't have the ability to do. You guys are just mean. So see how many hits it's taking this guy? There's a lower spawning platform. So basically, you just go onto the YouTubes. You guys just go away. These guys may very well have just spawned down here. They apparently don't follow the half slab rule, at least in this version. Again, 13W41B. We can see there, yeah, 41B. So yeah, so apparently they don't necessarily. Oh, you know what? I need to change my settings slightly. I reinstalled the client. Had to do all that kind of stuff. Let's just make sure everything's where we want it to be. No reason to have that above 60, even though I'm doing, yeah, because I'm recording at 50. Everything else looks perfectly fine. So yeah, we'll get on up to level 30 here, and we'll just start enchanting some books and just sort of see what we get. Just sort of an enchant episode, because I really just want to test this this system out here, as I have not used it particularly extensively. But yeah, it's a ton quicker, which is great. I do apologize, my voice sort of goes in and out there. I do tend to drift away from the microphone occasionally. All right, there's level 30. Ow. Why you no run? Why you no run, guy? Now he's running. Again, I'm just so used to that speed boost. Let's actually go ahead and make ourselves quite a few chests, because we're gonna accumulate ender pearls like there's no tomorrow, and we might as well collect them up. Bam, bam, and bam for now. Might as well just go ahead and collect them up, because I want to be able to use that as a form of travel between the cylinder and whatnot, but I also want to be able to use it for the when I do travel, because I found a really cool site. I've got the coordinates written down in a screenshot somewhere, and I want to start working on a castle. I think Flame 1 for level 30. That's a really crap enchant. All right, I'm gonna put crap enchants over on this side. So we're gonna have crappy ones over here, and we'll put good ones over here. And let's just see. Let's do, I don't know, 4 or 5 level 30 enchants, and just sort of see what we get. In terms of the enchants, good and bad. I mean, I think Flame 1 for level 30 isn't a particularly great enchant, especially when I can get a Flame 1 bow for my skeleton grinder. I probably have a ton of them already. You know, I can get, and I do have a ton of those already, so I don't think that's a particularly good enchant. And then I can heal up the bow, whatever that's called, repair the bow, fairly inexpensively as well. So as you can see here, this is definitely sort of the limitations here of this particular farm. We had a bunch of guys sitting here, and we're up to level 20 before we really get a whole ton of guys coming back down. But again, that's just because I ran out of resources. Plain and simple. Ran out of resource space, or not resource space, but just have any more iron to make any more tripwires and things like that. So yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of this here. I know they've been around for a long time, pretty much since what the End and the Endermen have been around, but at the same time, I think it's a really cool thing, and something that I've personally wanted to make for quite a while. Let's go ahead and grab everything up here, have a little snack, let them regenerate themselves here. It's funny, because I know a lot of people prefer the shorter Minecraft videos. I know a lot of people don't necessarily have a lot of time to sit down and watch a 20 or 30 minute video, but here we are at 20 minutes, and I feel like I've just started. I don't know, maybe because I am used to watching videos that tend to be 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. But I think in a lot of ways it's very difficult to get... It's a lot more difficult to do a short video than it is to do a longer video, because you have to have everything ready to go, 100% prepared, and in a situation like this, I came over here, showed it off, and then, oh crap, I needed to go grab something. And, you know, for me, I think that's, and what I've got here, I think that's okay. I don't think I necessarily have to stick to a shorter... Come on, give me at level 30. Come on, oh, almost. Just kill these guys here, and we'll should have a level 30. But I think it's a lot more difficult. Like, there's that famous quote or saying, whatever you want to call it. I could have made it like so a guy turns in, you know, paper, whatever, and says, well, I could have made it shorter, but I needed more time. You know, so like the requirement was to do a 10-page paper, and it was 20 pages, and they said, well, I could have made it shorter, but I just didn't have the time. And I think in a lot of ways, this is doing videos like this is the same way. I prefer the more spontaneous, I guess, esque ones. Let's see what we got here. Wow, that seems really decent. I mean, obviously you can't use. No, actually, no. I guess it's not particularly good at all. So this is definitely a new thing in the 1.7 update, in that you can get different type of enchants on a same book. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. You can do a lot of fishing. That's also a new thing that I'm gonna have to test out. I haven't done it all yet because I was busy working on this project here, but. So fire protection 4, that's great. Sharpness 4 is really good, and power 4 is really good. So I'm gonna have to decide, do I want to... So I've already got a power 4 bow, so there's no point in me using that as a bow, but I think as a sharpness could be really good. Now, what if we... let's put our anvil down, and let's test something out. Can I put sharpness... I'm pretty sure I've tried this before, but can I put sharpness on here? 13, no. So it would cost me 13 levels to do nothing. Now, this is a sharpness 3. To make it a sharpness 4 would only cost 3 levels, which is not bad. But then the question becomes, would I prefer to use this as a fire protection book? So I'm going to consider this a really good book, because it, one, has really good enchants on it, all level 4s, but at the same time, they can be used for a variety of applications. So I'm gonna call that good. So let's do at least 2, maybe 3 more. It'll end up being maybe a slightly bit of a longer episode, but not necessarily the end of the world there. And then we'll see if we get, we'll see how the sort of enchanting system is working out here for us. So I may or may not end up getting to do another video. This is actually a lot later than I normally start recording. It's pretty late in the afternoon. I usually end up doing morning recordings, and that leaves me the afternoon to edit and render, and then I can either play the game or play a different game or watch other tubers do their thing. So we'll see. My sort of goal for myself is to have 2 episodes a week and have those done on the weekends, because the weekends are really the only time that I have a lot of time to do it. Basically, with my teaching and work schedule, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I did start a new sort of temporary job at my junior college, and it's only 10 hours a week, but on the weeks where I do teaching, it basically leaves me very little time to do much of anything. So that's why this past week I decided that I wanted to work on this, is because I actually had the time and the energy to do it. This upcoming week I'm probably not going to have the time, because I'm teaching and developing lesson plans and critiquing lesson plans and doing all that fun stuff, and then also, of course, you got your class and schoolwork on top of everything, and then work on top of that. So probably not going to have a whole ton of energy to do it this upcoming week, do much of anything this upcoming week, but hopefully the following, or hopefully on the weekends is sort of when I'll have the energy to do this kind of stuff, and that's why that's when I prefer to do them. So we're just about to get to level 30 here and get our next book going. Come on now. Oh, you're mad at me. You're mad at me. Yeah, you are. Ow, you're mad at me too. Okay. Give me my level 30, that's all I want. That's all I want is my level 30. Almost there. Couple more. Couple more guys. Yeah. Make your Enderman scary noises. There we go. Run through them. That's what I love about this armor, although I'm absolutely destroying it, is the protection on it. Hopefully we'll get some armor enchants here. We do have that protection, fire protection, which is decent, a decent one. So let's go ahead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do 15 that time. And so we've got a shorter one. And what do we got? Something good, I hope. Flame 1 Unbreaking 3. So I could go on a bow. Could we put that on this bow, in fact? So this bow's got Unbreaking 2 power and punch, which is wonderful. Now, can we put flame on it? We can indeed put flame on it. And that would only cost 14. So I'm going to say let's do it. 14 levels, that shouldn't be too terribly difficult to get. I can really see how quickly all these ender pearls really start to stack up here. I mean, this would last me who knows how long. Plenty long enough. If I end up doing another video, I'm sort of torn on whether or not I want to do an adventure series or if I want to start doing the building again. I've really got that building itch at the moment because I've been doing this for the past week. I haven't done any building. It's one of the sort of great things about this game is just the whole variety of things that you can do. So if you get burnt out on building, well, you can go and do more adventure and more survival. I think that's more than enough levels, actually. I think it was only 14, right? You can go and do survival then if you are... Oops. That is the right one, right? Yeah. I think that's going to be an awesome bow. I don't have anything to repair it with, but we can do that later. So I don't know if I want to just sort of explore things or if I want to get back into building, especially with the new project that I want to start working on. I think we're going to end up sort of leaving the cylinder temporarily, of course. We'll always be able to come back, and it'll be a very temporary leaving. So you see these guys are taking a lot longer. It's because they spawn on the slightly lower level, so instead of having half a heart, I think they've got 2 hearts. Although this guy seems like he may have spawned, I don't know where. I'm not taking full damage, I don't know. Sometimes they just seem like you gotta hit them a ton of times, more than 4, which is what 2 hearts would be. But yeah, the new project that I want to start working on, that I've said about the coordinates for in a screenshot somewhere. It's sort of a castle type project, which is something I haven't really attempted since I've started doing at least the recordings here, so the past couple months. In one of my survival worlds, I definitely did have a castle sort of theme type thing going on, but I wasn't a particularly good builder. I mean, I don't consider myself to be a good builder, but I was even more inexperienced, I guess. I didn't really understand a lot of the basics, like using depth and using different textures and different colors and things of that nature. I really didn't know about that, and so the sort of castle things that I ended up building were just either cobblestone or stone brick, and they were just sort of these column things. What I think I'm decent at least in terms of castle building, is sort of corridor hallway-esque things. So like things like when you've got a sort of a tower in one space, and then you've got a tower in another place, so something like that, and then doing some sort of linking design between them. So like in this space here, that's something that I feel like I'm pretty decent at doing, sort of corridor or hallway type things. And so what I really want to do with that is just be able to practice and get better at sort of my connecting of different towers and ideas and things like that, and doing better towers as well, because I really think my towers are a place that definitely need some sort of improvement. So and then what I really want to do is maybe do 10, 12 episodes at a particular location, so either at our sort of cylinder town, or maybe more at the new castle town, and be able to jump back and forth again, with variety being the spice of life, of course. I'd love to be able to just sort of jump around with different things, and if I get bored of working on sort of the cylinder and building, which honestly I kind of am, which is why I took a week to do this instead, that I can jump over then to the castle and do some castle building and things of that nature. So I think that'll be a good opportunity. And now that we've got this guy here, I don't have to worry so much about, oh, is my armor okay? Do I need to have a special pick for this or special thing for that and things of that nature. So because we are getting long in the tooth, we're at the 30-minute mark here, or close to it at least. This will be our sort of tiebreaker on in terms of enchants. I still think that's a great one. I still think that's a pretty crappy one for 30 levels, and obviously I thought that was a pretty good one there. So we're just gonna randomly click until I decide that I don't feel like clicking anymore, like right about there. And Unbreaking 3 is not bad. I would put it on a scale, like from best to worst. I would put it about there, and I'd put our Flame and, what was it, Unbreaking? I believe it was Flame and Unbreaking 3. I would put that one maybe in between these two categories here, but I am going to go ahead and leave it off here. I'm very happy that this is working well, and we're able to get some really awesome enchants going. I think that will make the game a little bit less grindy, ironically, because of the, I say ironically because of the amount of grinding that it took. But I am going to end it here. So, until next time, I'll see you next time.